To show you how to use our new product cFormula, which allows you to run or execute mathematical expressions or formulas on top of price data in cTrader. It's like a normal cTrader custom indicator. Once you installed it, you can access it from the cTrader indicators by searching for cFormula. As you can see, it's available here on my platform. I will click on it. The indicator settings are very simple. It has 5 input parameters, one for each of your formulas, so it can run simultaneously up to 5 formulas, and it has 5 outputs for each of your formulas. You can differentiate between outputs by using different colors for outputs. Now let's try a simple formula. I will use some constant numeric values for the purpose of learning. I will type 2 plus 2 divided by 3. Okay, let's see. Okay, as you can see, we have one constant, one straight line, which shows the result of that formula for each of our bars. It's not how we should use this indicator. We will use each bar data or previous historical price data for each of the bars to show a different output, but in here, for the purpose of learning, I used some constant numeric values to show you how it works. Now let's try some a little bit complicated or advanced formulas. Here I will try to calculate the range of each bar. I recommend you to use Notepad or some plain text editor for typing first your formula on it, then copy it on one of the input parameters, because I notice cTrader has some kind of problem. If you type the formula inside the parameter input field, the indicator will not run, or it will stack, and you have to rebuild it or restore your platform to for it to work again. So I will use my text editor. As you can see, this is the formula. Let me remove this part. That's for next level. Okay, this is the formula that gives us the current bar or the latest available bar range. First, we start with current. The current means the current chart sample, or the current chart available sample, which is in our case pound USD. Then dot current, here it's the time frame part. The first part is sample, the second part is time frame. If you use current, it means the current time frame of the chart. You can use any other time frame like daily, H4, hour 4, minute 30, any of the supported cFormula time frames. It supports all of the cTrader standard time frames or time-based time frames, but you can't use for now because of the API limitations the non-time based time frames like Rinko range or tick charts. So once you type the time frame part, which in our case is current, you can use another dot and access the price series of that time frame. Here we access the high price series for bars, then a bracket. Inside the bracket, we type the index of the bar. 0 means the latest available bar or the current bar. If you want to access the previous bars, you can increase the 0 to 1, which means 1 previous bar, 2 previous bar, 3 previous bar. As much as data available on your chart, you can increase this number. Then we use minus to subtract from it the current bar low, which is current.current.low of the current bar. Very simple formula. Let's copy it on our cFormula indicator and see the result. Okay, we will replace this with this formula. Let's see the result. Okay, as you can see, we have the bars range output values on our chart, and let's check if it's correct or not. We will use this bar to check the data of the indicator, if the indicator gives us the correct data or not. Let's put a horizontal line here. Okay, now let's check this bar range. How much is this range? We will use the cursor, the cTrader cross here. Okay, we'll go from high to low. It's around 26 pips, as you can see. Now let's move our horizontal line here to 26 pips. Okay, as you can see, the indicator output is correct. The range of this bar is 26 pips and the indicator shows it correctly. Now let's try to remove the decimal points from our output. Here we have 0.0026. And instead of this, we want to see it in terms of pips, just 26, not 0.0026, which is not clear. So here I will, what I do is I will multiply the result of the bar range to 10,000, which is which for removing the decimal points. Let's change the formula. Okay, as you can see, this is the current formula. I will change it. I will add a parenthesis, okay, to separate the multiplication from subtraction part. I will use asterisk for multiplication and then 10,000, which will remove 4 decimal points from the result. I will copy this and then I will paste it to the indicator window, first formula, okay. Okay, here is the result. As you can see, the decimal points has been removed. Now we have the pips instead of 0.0026. Now let's move this to 26 instead of 0.0026. As you can see, now it's correctly in terms of pips and the indicator shows it very nice and clear. If you keep moving back, you will see that the indicator shows each bar range in terms of pips. Now let's try something more complicated or advanced. Let's try to calculate a simple moving average, okay? So I will use for 5 period moving average for the close price series. Close for 0 plus close 1 plus close 2. It means first last available bar, then one previous bar, then second previous bar, all will be added, the close values. Close third bar. Okay, now we have 4 bar. Let's go for the fifth bar. Close 4. Now we have all 5 previous bars. Let's now divide this by 5, which is the period of our moving average. It's a simple moving average. It will show the average of 5 previous bars close prices. Okay. The formula is correct, and I will copy this and paste it to the indicator. Okay, we have it. As you can see, there is the moving average value. Let's compare it with the cTrader built-in simple moving average 5 period values. Is it similar or not? Okay, the source is close. In our formula, the source was close to period 5. Okay, okay. Let's zoom out, remove this vertical line. As you can see, it's similar. The line is similar. Okay, once you applied it, you can't change the source. Something I want to show you, let me remove this indicator. Something I want to show you, all the cTrader built-in or custom indicators that has a source parameter or data source parameter, you can use it to apply that indicator on cFormula outputs. As you can see, we have the first output of cFormula. We can apply another moving average on top of it. So let's try it. cFormula first. How much is the period? Let's try 14 period, okay? It's the average of the 5 period moving average cFormula output. You can use all the cTrader built-in or custom indicators for, and you can do something like this if the indicator has a data source or source parameter. Let's remove this simple moving average. Now I will try to plot the 7 period moving average as a second formula on the same indicator window. Okay. We have first formula. Now let's add second formula. We have 5 period moving average. Let's try 3, okay, because it will the length of our formula will keep increasing. In one of our future versions of cFormula, you will be able to do this type of slicing to get data and apply an operator on the data. Here you can see I got from 0 to 5 and then applied the addition operator instead of typing all the 4 bars separately, and then I divided it by 5, which will give the similar result with the previous formula. Also, we are going to add some new other stuffs, like you will be able to use cTrader built-in indicators on your formula like this. Suppose you want to use exponential moving average on your indicator, you will be able to do something like this: exp current.close 50. This will give you the 50 period close price exponential moving average. And you can use this expression inside your formulas, and you can do also something like this: minus, instead of close here I will change it to high. Now exp current.low 50. Here what we do is, we subtract the exponential moving average of low prices 50 period from exponential moving average of high prices 50 period. You can use this formula and or any other cTrader indicators like standard deviation. All the available built-in indicators of cTrader you will be able to use it like this in your functions. And another neat thing that we were going to add on new version is using one formula output on another formula as input. Suppose your first formula is something like this: 2.2, which equals to 4. Okay, it will give you a straight line. What you can do in next formula is something like this: f1, which is referred to your first formula or formula 1, minus 1. Here the result will be 4 minus 1, which is 3. You can use complicated advanced expressions inside one formula and then use that formula output as input on your next formula or second formula. This will give lots of more ability to make more sophisticated indicators or run more sophisticated mathematical expressions. It's a little bit complicated to implement these features, so we are waiting to see how is the cTrader community feedback for cFormula. If we get enough if the community shows enough interest, we will add these features on our product. And let's try some other cool features of cFormula that you, apart from price series data, you can also access sample properties and account properties. Okay, what I mean by that: suppose you need to use something like account balance on your formula. You can do something like this: account dot balance, or account equity, account dot equity, or account dot free margin, or sample dot bet, sample dot ask, sample dot spread. Sorry, current mean current sample. You can use any other sample, any of your available samples in your platform. It does not need to be current, or You can use anything. Let's try this current.spread. Okay, first formula current.spread. Okay, now why it's this straight line? Why it's not giving you the historical data? Because in cTrader Automate API, you can't access the historical data for this properties for account balance, equity margin, or spread, or bid and ask prices of samples. And the result is this straight line, which is the latest value, and it changed for the last bar because it's still changing. It's not constant. And this was cFormula. We are waiting to see your what you're going to make with this indicator, and waiting to get your feedback. If you got enough feedback and enough, the community shows enough interest, we will add those features that I previously mentioned on cFormula. And this is a great indicator. It allows you to build all kind of cool stuff, indicators by yourself without any programming or coding knowledge. You don't have to pay anybody to code your basic, simple technical analysis indicators anymore. This video ends here. Bye, guys. If you have any comment, suggestion, please leave a comment or contact us via our site, contact us page, or live chat.